What's going on? It's another episode of Dynasty Pylon. Uh, we are covering the NFC South today. So definitely my division. A lot of
Yep.
questions with what's going on with my division, with Falcons specifically. So uh,
Hey,
yeah,
Saints too, man. Saints too.
Saints too.
Yeah.
I want to say Saints are almost in rebuild mode. We're pretty freaking close
Pretty
to it.
pretty close.
I
Yeah.
think we're in denial. Is that what we are? So. Um,
Maybe.
but So yesterday we had a little mock draft with the boys from the Get Right Fantasy Network. That was pretty fun. Catch that
Sure
video. We did a
was.
little standard mock draft. So, uh, Mark, you were really into that. So into it
Yeah.
that you probably forgot you were on the show. You would chime in every now and then. I'm like, oh,
Well, you
okay.
guys are talking about them being graded, so I was like, oh, I can't mess this up, and then I messed it up anyway. So
You're good, man. Uh, not to worry though. Today we're just kind of gonna break down the last division, and then you're gonna run the show next 2 weeks with Tank and Fredo, and
should
you
be
guys are gonna
fun. Should
do
be fun.
the AFC side of it, West and East, I believe, something like
Yes.
that. Yeah, so should be interesting. I'll be out doing.
Not West. That's going to be later.
Oh yeah, West is in 3 weeks from now.
Yes.
Right, right, and then we have South, and then so you're doing covering West and East. I mean, North and East, whatever.
North and East. There we
I'll
go.
be gone, so I'll be watching. But yeah. So I say like first off the bat, yeah, like what you're saying. Probably we both agreed maybe Saints could potentially be in rebuild mode. A lot of
Yeah.
holes there with the defense, and then you know, Carolina. Uh, I'm not too sure. We're gonna have to break that down. I'll look into it more, but I saw that they should be okay with the whole Sam Darnold thing. I think it'd be a pretty decent. I hope that they could stay healthy and they could be so. Let's. You want to do the Buccaneers first, since
The reigning Super Bowl champion Buccaneers. Sure.
yeah. Uh, I would assume that they'd be the easiest, considering
Well, if we
that.
want to start with their free agent acquisitions, they didn't sign anybody except for their own players. So
Right. It was just basically
Godwin,
everyone.
Gronkowski, Sue, Barrett, David, Suckup, Fournette, all coming back.
Yeah, everybody,
Yeah,
everyone and their mom. So, uh, I mean, I guess if you look at their draft picks,
I'd say their draft
uh,
was interesting though. Their draft was interesting.
it really was. Did they also skipped over Koromora, right? JOK. I think so, right? Because JOK didn't go into like the second or third
Yeah,
round, so they picked Joe Tyron, so out
yep.
of Washington.
Linebacker.
Yeah, really interesting there. Uh, and you and I were just confused the whole draft. Like, why are these teams getting these linebackers before JOK? So we were like, well,
Yeah, like what's wrong? What's all wrong with Jock? What's going on here?
I don't know.
I
They
saw
know
mock
something we
drafts
don't.
that had him going to us at 19 in the first round.
Right, right.
And they were saying
I mean,
that's only if we were lucky to get him.
I
I
don't
was
know
like,
what the
man,
whole deal was. It was surprising to me. But yeah, it was really interesting. So yeah, they got Joe Tyron in the first. Then they went with Kyle Trask in the second. Really
that
interesting move.
that was interesting to me too, because
Um,
that seems that they're thinking outside of Tom Brady.
yeah, but then also, why not have Tom Brady train him and be the best
Exactly,
of the
that's what I'm
future?
saying.
Like, make him his protege. If Tom Brady decides to stay for another 2 seasons, like he said he was going to do, uh, Kyle Trask could be a beast. Because didn't you look him up, and isn't he like 6'5" or something like that? Like,
6'5", 240. He's a big boy.
yeah, and
He's
I
almost the
think,
exact same size as Kyle Pitts.
well, actually, I was also going to say the same
Kyle Pitts
height as
has
Tom
a.
Brady as well.
I think he's in. I think Tom Brady's 6'4".
What's 1 inch?
That's what
Still,
I said. It's only an inch. But yeah, But
State
Tom
of
Brady
law.
wishes he was that big though. He's like
Yeah,
6'4", like 210, 215.
yeah. I mean, still being at that size. I mean, you're definitely that's only Kyler Murray's wishes and dreams. So, I mean, being above 6 foot. I mean, it's kind of interesting. Like, I think most QBs, like decent ones, are pretty tall for the most part, but
Man, they
talent
really
really beats
drafted
out
3
everything.
linebackers.
Say what?
They drafted 3 linebackers.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they were just picking best available. I'm
I'm
really
guessing.
because they went after a guard, which is
Yeah.
not bad. Definitely help them out there. And then they went receiver, and then they went with 2 more linebackers and a corner. So I have a feeling the organization's like, all right, we're gonna go for another Super Bowl for the next 1 or 2 years, and then we're just gonna let the new guys handle it, and they're all just gonna retire after that. I don't know, like go out with a bang or something. So
Well, I'm wondering if Joe Tyron, because he's an outside linebacker, I think he's also like a rusher. I wonder if he was drafted to replace JPP, Jason Pierre-Paul.
that or Shaq Barrett. Shaq Barrett's almost
Well,
out the
Shaq
door.
Barrett was re-signed to 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow. Well, that's why I'm glad you're here because I didn't hear
Yeah.
about that either.
So I'm assuming, but I think Jason Pierre-Paul might be under. I think his contract might end after this year. So
Okay.
that's why I
Well,
thought maybe Joe Tyron was drafted to replace him.
yeah. I mean, I'm looking up the schedule right now and then pull it up and see how easy or hard it will be. The fact that they're in their own division, I have a feeling they're gonna get 3 wins, 6 wins automatically. I don't think
Yeah,
any other teams
I
are gonna
agree.
be able to stop them at all.
Yeah, I don't think anyone in their division's beating him, unfortunately.
Sadly enough. So we might hear some.
I would like to see Carolina compete though.
If they,
I'd like them to come out and just have Sam Darnold just slinging the thing and people going like, "Oh, maybe the Jets were wrong on this guy."
I think they are.
Oh, and I think they
Sam
are
Darnold.
too.
I think he's a pretty good QB still. I mean, he was just in a bad organization in a bad situation. The coach sucked. So it's like, well, dude, like, what do you expect, man? Like, I'm only worked with this crap line, and they're finally upgrading the line, and then unfortunately they're giving it to the new kid. So it's like, well,
Yeah.
it's just a really bad situation for Sam Darnold. But I'm glad he's actually in Carolina. So, and if CMC stays healthy, and I think Carolina can actually probably their biggest competition, to be honest.
No, and that's basically what I was saying too. Yeah.
So yeah, I 100% agree with you there. So let's see. They got the Cowboys at the opener. That should be interesting. We'll see how the Cowboys improved against them, and then we got the Falcons. Probably another win right there. Maybe LA Rams, Patriots, Dolphins, Eagles, and then the Bears.
The Patriots game though, that's Tom Brady's first time going to Foxborough.
Yes,
the
ever
opponent.
since. Yep, you're right. So that everyone's kind of paying attention to that game specifically, right there. I mean, without like, I feel like Belichick kind of needs that win to feel that little like I'm still good without him, because last season
at the same time, Tom Brady's probably thinking the same thing.
I don't think
I'm
Tom
gonna
Brady's
go in there
thinking that.
and I'm gonna
I
pick
don't
them
think
apart.
so.
I'm gonna throw 7
Well,
touchdowns.
he just got a Super Bowl. I mean, what more do you need?
4 of them
I
are
don't
going
think
to Gronk.
true, but I don't think he needs. I don't think he needs that. I think it's more.
I don't
like,
think he needs it, but I think he's thinking it. The competitor in him, man. I'm telling you. You can be
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna show
maybe.
him.
I mean, there's always that competitive nature when you're like leave one team, go to another one. Kind of like that rival aspect of
Yeah.
it. So maybe that's what he's thinking. But
And that November 14th matchup. Ooh, there we go.
Washington, yeah, that one's another good one because
Yeah.
had you guys beaten them last year, the whole playoff picture would have been completely changed. We would have seen the Chiefs potentially get it.
Well,
Because
going
they would have
off
been-
of the way the Buccaneers went on to play, I mean, you would think we were the closest to beating them, you would think we'd be able to beat the other teams. Just saying. We probably could have easily just had Mahomes running for his life as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. So
we could have easily seen both Chiefs versus Washington.
yeah.
And it sucks because then if Washington would have won, they probably would have asked for their name back because they beat the real Chiefs, which makes them the real Chiefs, Redskins. But, hey.
December, you got the Bills.
Yeah. You got the Bills, Colts.
Oh, look at that tough game, though. They got the Jets. Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
Second of the last week, got to play the Jets.
Yeah. So, I mean, overall, dude, we're probably seeing the Bucs back into the playoffs again.
So that's kind of ironic, though, after what we were saying. Their last game is against the Panthers. How ironic would it be if, the division was up for grabs going into that last week?
Well, I mean, think about it. It's the last 3 weeks, really.
Oh, yeah, they have them again, too.
Yeah, Panthers, then they got a little space in between, and the Panthers again.
Yeah. You just said a space.
Well...
They got a space.
It's a space. It's a practice squad, man.
Yeah. Jets, man. Maybe one day, man. Maybe one day.
They just got too much going on for them to be a threat. It's not a threat.
Oh, I didn't disagree with that analysis. I just thought it was funny.
Right. I mean, right. I think that they have improved. I think they'll go from 2 wins to maybe 4 or 6. I mean, I'm thinking 4, the Jets, but I don't think they'll do much of a threat yet. It's too new, too young of a team. The whole coaching staff is new. Everybody there is new, so the Jets aren't even a threat right now.
Oh, no, they're not.
So,
I mean, I like the direction they're headed, but I still think they're 2, 3, maybe even 4 years. They have so many problems on defense, and they didn't really address that. I mean, we're not supposed to be talking about them, but
no, but it's fine. I mean, the fact that
all their moves were off. They got a quarterback, obviously, running back, receiver.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
offense is definitely looking a lot better.
For sure. I think, like I said, they'll probably just end up getting 4 wins, maybe, if that. But the one thing I did want to say about the Bucs, though, if the Panthers are their biggest threats, here's where the Buccaneers are actually benefiting out of this. They're playing them the back, tail caboose end of the schedule, literally. So by that point, are the Panthers going to be 100% healthy by then? Now,
that's another factor too.
So with that extra week, we're going into January for sure, and it's just typically that's when it stops and that's when playoff starts. But we're actually having January 9th is actually still regular season.
I still don't understand that whole concept by the NFL,
but the extra week and all that, or
yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I think it just pushes the Super Bowl back another week, doesn't it?
No, it does. But, I mean, I thought it would just been take that last preseason game, make it a regular season game, and then just keep everything else the same. But
yeah. But it's I don't know. The NFL kind of does and controls what they want to do, and we pay for it. So it's not like I'm going to argue with an extra game of football. It's definitely going to change how I look at our fantasies for sure. It's going to definitely change Dynasty for sure. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, the Buccaneers did absolutely nothing big, extravagant, nothing except for maybe thinking about the future with Kyle Trask. Other than that, not so much anything exciting. But yeah, dude, that's
how Brady has to play the AFC East.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I just realized that they're playing the AFC East.
Oh.
I was he did that for 20 years. Give him a break.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to do it again.
No, for sure. But he does get that 1 week though. So I guess really that 1 week is what we're all
I'm
looking
sure they're
forward
probably
to.
thinking the same thing too. Like, oh, we don't want to see him. We got rid of him.
Yeah. That other than that, but so do you want to go to the Saints next?
The Saints. Absolutely.
All right, I'll take that as a yes. So we have the Saints.
Alrighty. So their biggest acquisition was re-signing Jameis Winston to a 1 year,
Yeah.
$5.5 million deal. They got offensive lineman James Hurst and Marcus Williams, who was franchise tagged. So they really didn't bring anybody in either. But again, they had cap issues, so not shocking.
Yeah. And they cut so many people because of that. It was like they were like almost like three something over the it was like 300 million. I can't remember what it was. 3 million?
It was $100 million over.
Or was that? Oh, I was 30 point something when they were like a couple weeks out of the draft is what I remember.
Yeah, then they got it down to like 30, and then they did other kind of magic
and then their draft was really odd, really weird. I felt like a lot of people like Peyton Turner was their first round pick, and it was like
their fans didn't even know who he was.
No, everyone's like
they're like, huh?
It was kind of a reach, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, well, okay.
Man, they really went defense. First,
they did
defense.
Well, Cowboys, they went defense.
That's true too.
Yeah, they went DN,
yeah.
Then linebacker Pete Werner, and then
cornerback.
And I think the only one you and I got excited was for Ian Book.
Oh yeah, I thought Ian Book landed in a good spot.
So yeah, honestly, I think he could probably compete with these two. From what we saw at the Senior Bowl, I was really impressed. Just watching Ian Book play. I mean, it wasn't much, but it was enough for me to kind of do like a somewhat an evaluation. Let's just say this: I would probably put him over Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
But Ian Book is not that bad of a pick. Of course, as a rookie year, they could probably just keep him there for a little bit. And how much was Jameis Winston's? Was it just a 1 year deal?
1 year, 5.5.
Yeah, so nothing crazy.
Nothing like Taysom Hill's 4 year, 140 mil.
Right.
But it's all voidable, so he's not.
And then you and I keep agreeing. There's something going on there between Taysom Hill and Peyton. So he's got like we keep joking that he's like dating his daughter or something.
Yeah.
Or it's really weird and odd. Like he just loves this guy so much. It's like, dude, come on. But yeah. I don't know, nothing really too exciting either, man. These two first teams are just like the Saints are all over the place.
But well, I mean, the Saints weren't going to do anything splashy anyway because they didn't have the cap, and then I think the Buccaneers are just too concerned with keeping everybody that they weren't trying to make a splash.
Right, but in the draft they could have done something a little bit better.
But yeah, even the draft seemed a little lackluster.
That's why I was like, I don't know what they're doing. Like I really don't know what they're doing. I think I did actually have a trade. I don't have it up, but it was a Kamara trade actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I totally skipped out on it. But I could probably look it up, pull it up maybe, but it was a Kamara trade, and I'm not sure. I think they traded the whole farm for it, actually. But you and I know how we feel about Kamara. We're not too big on him because we're not too sure what's going on with the whole QB situation.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like if Jameis comes up and becomes the starter, and kind of like what Anthony said, if he can get his turnovers down, because I mean that if you take away the turnovers Jameis Winston, like instead of the 30 interceptions, he only had like 5.
Uh-huh.
Jameis Winston's looking at an MVP-esque year because he had 5,000 yards and like 50 touchdowns
When
or
he was with
40
the Bucks,
touchdowns.
right,
Yeah.
before he went there. And also
Yeah.
he wasn't uh supposedly blind either.
Yeah.
So
Plus, he apparently got LASIKs and glasses.
so
I was like, oh, what are
to
we?
us to assume he's better, right? So
Yeah. So,
uh, let me see.
obviously, if you can see, you should be better.
Right. And that's why I thought, last season he was the guy. Everyone started, like, during that waiver period, everyone was picking up Jameis Winston for
Yeah.
that 1 week, and then Sean Payton's like, oh no, it's Taysom Hill. So, and then everyone went Taysom Hill, and then everyone got excited during that week. Why? Because it was during that time that ESPN had announced that they were going to put him at tight end eligibility. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, and everyone was playing him at tight end, but
Yeah,
they didn't really
I actually had
do
the
anything.
luxury of doing that. So I in some other ways, you basically had a super flex position for in a regular standard
Well,
league.
I think he passed the ball maybe 10 times the entire game.
Jameis?
No,
Oh, Taysom.
Taysom.
Yeah. So
But the issue I have, fantasy related, is whenever Taysom Hill seems to be the quarterback, he takes away touches from Kamara
he does.
because he runs with the ball and he doesn't throw the ball. And one of the biggest strengths with Kamara is not only does he run, but he can catch.
True.
And if Taysom's taking carries away and not throwing the ball, you're left with basically nothing for Kamara to do. And that's what happens. Look at his fantasy lines. Yeah, look at the fantasy lines when Taysom Hill was the starting quarterback. I had Kamara last year, and I can tell you on those weeks he did not do anything.
So I actually am pulling up that trade, but yeah, if you want to continue with that, I mean, what was it? 4 weeks, right? It was like 4 or 5 weeks where he did not that great.
I mean, he more than made up for it in the championship game.
Well, yeah, but
should have had 7 touchdowns, but Taysom Hill.
It wasn't that great. Oh, actually, perfect. I do have that. I actually do have that trade here.
Well, do you want to look at the Saints' schedule first, and then go to the trade?
Yeah. Well, I'm creating it. I'm about to show it up on here. That's why. So.
Oh no, you're fine.
Let me actually pull up the schedule, and then.
Wow.
If you want, or actually, do you have any
comments? Not even.
What's up?
So we have no comments. Not even like from Tank.
Oh no, we've been overloading it, I think. We did with like 3 or 4 videos in the last.
He's like, I'm taking a day off today.
Screw these guys. But let me actually. Do you want to pull it up real quick?
What am I pulling up?
Can you pull it up?
I don't know. What am I pulling up?
The schedule, the Saints schedule.
What site do you go to?
Whichever one, man. Just go to Saints schedule, pull it up, and because here's what I can do. I can pull it up, but I won't be able to scroll because I'm working on that trade I'm pulling up right now. It's actually involving 2 Saints players right back to back. I'll just do it. Damn it.
I was pulling it up and up.
Okay. Oh, you got it? Yeah, just go ahead, just share it and hit the Chrome tab or whatever. Are you using Chrome? Is that what you're using?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Just hit Chrome tab and it should pop up. We're already set to where we just kind of go off to the side. Let me work on that, but I'm to assume that schedule is going to be crap anyways. Say what?
Oh, add to stream.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's it.
I was like, where'd it go? And I was like,
now you're ready to go for next week.
So, all right. So there we go. They open the season against the Packers. That could be a good game if Rodgers plays.
And that's the thing. It is putting everyone in this weird like, if Rodgers plays, if not, then this. And we've said this so many times. It's crazy. Like it really. And then I guess they're not. Love isn't doing. Like he's doing okay.
I heard he wasn't doing great.
I mean, last week he was doing reps, he was doing all right, and then this week it was like not so great. So that's why I said okay, like 50-50 ish.
Man, their schedule is not nice.
Say what?
So their schedule's not nice.
Let me see.
Washington football team, Seahawks, Buccaneers twice, Titans, Bills, Cowboys.
I think the Saints and the Falcons will split this season. I think they both got issues on both sides of the ball, so we'll see. I think that they'll split. They'll probably lose to the Panthers. They'll probably lose to the Bucs for sure. And maybe they could pull a win against the Jets. Not so sure about the Dolphins.
I'm pretty sure they can pull out a win against the Jets.
Oh, yeah, the Jets. I'm saying the Dolphins, though. I don't think they could.
That'll be a good game. So I think the Dolphins' defense will still be pretty good.
Yeah, I think so.
I would like to see Tua improve, but
I think he has. I think he will. I think a lot of people are saying it's make or break. I'm like, I don't think so. I think
he doesn't have his closer. Doesn't have his closer to come in and close out games.
Yeah, that's true. But I think he'll be fine. They gave him all the necessary weapons that he needs. If he was even 75% of what he was in college, I think he'll do just fine. Unfortunately, the Bills, Bucs, and the Bills and the Jets and the Patriots are still in that division, and they all improve. So, but I think Tua will be just fine. I don't think that the Saints will beat the Dolphins, though. I think they have a little bit of leverage on them this coming season. And then what's it? Cowboys, and then the Eagles, Bills. So yeah, but actually have that trade pulled up whenever you're ready, if you want to talk about it, or if you want to continue with the schedule. I didn't see the top part of the schedule. So. Oh, you're good.
It's pretty. I mean, the middle. I think the first part's not too bad. They had the Packers and then the Panthers. I mean, the Patriots, but I mean, I don't really know what to expect from the Patriots. So
I think they'll do good. I think so.
They got the Giants, and then I think Washington.
Yeah, they're probably lost.
Yeah,
Seahawks maybe another loss.
Then the Buccaneers, then the Falcons, then the Titans.
Yeah, they're looking at probably potentially like.
Then the Bills.
7 wins, 7 wins ish, something like that.
Yeah, I'd say between 8 and 9.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of the situation, I think that they're going to end up being 3rd or 4th in the division. They're not making playoffs. There's no way. If they do, I will be shocked. But there's no way at all. I don't think so.
Yeah. It'll be hard.
For sure, 100% for them.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up real quick. And let me see. It's 2 trades, and they're both Saints players. So you got Jameis Winston and Mike, and then I almost said Mike Singletary. Jesus, and Devin Singletary. Yeah, way back. But how cool would that be if Mike Singletary was playing in our IDP league? Oh gosh, that would definitely throw off this trade for James Robinson. But it was James Robinson and Devin Singletary, and for James Robinson. So that was that trade that happened.
Interesting.
It is interesting. These aren't guys that are like elite guys that we know for sure are starting.
I'm gonna say that's a pretty even trade.
I think so.
I don't know. Just because of Taysom Hill, it's like Winston gonna get the starting job. You gonna watch a bunch of Taysom Hill?
Right. But the thing is too is, are we gonna see more ETN than we do Robinson this season? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think ETN will be maybe third down passing situations. And I think they'll have him. I honestly, because when he came into rookie OTAs, he was listed as a receiver. So
right.
I think they're looking at putting him in at receiver.
Or the pass catching back type.
Yeah. I honestly believe James Robinson will be at least first and second down. He'll be the back.
He'll probably get less touches this season.
Which is also not necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Especially with a 17-week schedule.
I mean, we all saw what he did.
18 weeks, but 17 games.
Right,
yeah.
right. We all saw what he did. He's a good running back. I still think they're going to utilize him as his talents. And Urban Meyer is going to do what he does. But honestly, the way I see this, because of the questions in New Orleans, I think that I agree. It's kind of an even trade. You get a better running back, I guess, because Devin Singletary obviously splits as well. I mean, I would say whoever got the better one would definitely be Corin.
You know my motto: never draft a Bills running back.
Well, yeah. Even though you have one last season.
That's why I had two.
Is that what
that's
made
why
you?
I know, and that's why I know. They did nothing. So I had both Singletary and Moss
on the same squad, or just on separate leagues.
No, they were both on my Dynasty.
Are you serious?
But it ended up. But I dropped Moss for Hines.
Okay. I mean, I'm like, because I thought someone else had Moss. Okay.
Someone else might have him now.
No, yeah, someone had him.
Yeah,
I know because it was part of my. It was either him or AJ Dillon, and they gave me AJ Dillon instead.
Well, you won that one, sir.
I most definitely did.
If they were trying to give you Zach Moss, I'd be like, run away, run away now.
Well, this was before the season though, or probably no later than week 2. Had been like week 1, maybe preseason or something. I remember it was that early.
Well, I remember I drafted Singletary because everything said he was going to be the starter and all this and that. I was like, all right, cool. Never did anything. I don't know if they just couldn't run the ball or what, but it was rough.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to change this season. Maybe they use him a little bit more, and maybe not have Josh run all over the place. But I think Corin would be the winner here because it seems like he got a little bit more out of it. Because with Winston's potential,
well, especially if he needed a quarterback too.
Yeah, and I know that someone in our league had gotten Winston, picked him up off free agency, and that was not a bad move either. I know he was hurting because he dropped Stafford earlier in the season. Someone else had picked him up, and then it was actually our league, so you probably remember who picked them up. So it was pretty funny. And then so the next Saints guy I have here, and it all depends on the Winston, is Alvin Kamara or Kamara, but I say Kamara. I think you say Kamara, but whatever. We all know who it is, but
Kamara.
Yeah, tomato. Why not? Same guy. So Alvin. Yeah. So Alvin for Josh Jacobs, 22 first and a 23 first. I think I said that they traded the farm for this guy. So it looks like Corin ended up with the whole backfield of the Saints on the offense.
Yeah, I was gonna say Corin got the other guy too.
Yeah,
interesting.
So it's not a bad way because if
if you're
Winston is the
swapping
starter,
Robinson for Kamara, I mean,
right?
that's
But
not terrible.
the way I look at it is if sometimes if you have the quarterback throwing to a running back or your receiver, that's almost double points.
Yeah.
So, you know, just the other day I was thinking about if you and I should trade receivers because we have each other's quarterbacks. But that was for the Michael
CD?
Pittman.
CD.
Well, I also have Samuel as well. Oh wait, you don't have Fitzpatrick though, do you? No. Yeah.
But I do have
Pittman,
Wentz.
CD, Lamb. I know you're probably gonna want a little bit more for CD Lamb, so
yeah, a little bit.
but we'll see. I think after this season you'll change your mind about that. I think Pittman will go up. I think hopefully his value will go up, and then we'll revisit that. Because if you keep Winston, I think you and I should think about that trade. Pittman for CD, but we'll let this season ride and see what you think about that.
All right.
But here in this trade specifically, I would take Druckel's trade for Josh Jacobs and the 2 first.
Yeah, I was kind of leaning in that direction too.
And probably trade my 22 second for someone of this season. Probably.
I mean, if it was just Josh Jacobs and 2022 first round, to me, that's almost fair because we already talked about this earlier. This upcoming draft class is just not going to be great.
No, it's not. I mean, there's a couple of 2 or 3 QBs coming. Again, they'll probably be drafted in the top 10 again. More than likely one of them to Houston. Speaking of Houston, did you hear about Deshaun Watson?
No.
Earlier news. Apparently he wants to go to Denver. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I said, okay, that's a nice request, but I don't think it's going to happen because considering they just traded for Bridgewater, so you're a little too late on that,
didn't
buddy.
Stop them from hitting up the Packers when they heard about Rodgers.
Yeah, but I don't think Watson will end up there. There's no way.
No,
plus, I don't think Denver has any assets draft wise to give up.
I don't think Watson goes. I don't even think Watson plays football this year.
Oh, sad.
Oh,
you must be sad.
Very sad.
I could just see internally you're just crying.
He was my steal of the draft, man. I got him in the 6th or 7th round. Top 5 quarterback.
Oh, no one predicted he would be touching people or people, all that.
No, asking people to touch him.
No, yeah, asking to be touched. Oh man,
got the massage parlor. Apparently, hits up all the massage parlors in Houston.
Look, man, you're fine. You'll just stow him away. Yes, he'll take up a roster spot. That sucks, but I think he'll be back.
He's still on his rookie contract. Can I put him in that? Can we get that taxi squad going?
Unfortunately, no.
I could put him in there.
I think that if we start the taxi squad, I think I'll do probably sophomores and under. I don't know if I'll. But so even though I think you'd be out of that one. But hey, everyone's human, and he's a young guy, and mistakes happen.
Do we have an injured or non-injury personnel leave list?
Right. So it is.
We want to be like the real NFL. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I want to get rid of them, but I don't want them to take a whole roster spot for a whole year.
Well, I think you could probably trade them off. I think you'd trade them off. You get a first, maybe 2 out of them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I want to trade them, though.
Oh, well. But you don't want another roster spot either. Taken.
But I don't want them just wasting a roster spot.
Well, at least you got Darnold.
I have Darnold and Wentz.
Yeah, should be fine. You got the draft.
2 quarterbacks who were both just traded.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean,
Watson
you got the draft coming up.
I could have a trifecta of traded quarterbacks.
That'd be interesting to see.
That would be weird.
So, but yeah, no. Back to this. I think we're both in agreement. The 2 firsts kind of like seal the deal.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs could potentially be at the back end of his career there at the Raiders. I'm not saying his career total, but I think as a Raider potentially. I don't know what they're doing there. Las Vegas is got too many questions. I don't think they're using Jacobs as what he is capable of being, and it's kind of
Well, they're
interesting.
definitely not doing him any favors by getting rid of his offensive line either.
No, definitely not. And then they brought in another running back. So
Kenyon Drake.
Yeah. So definitely interesting to see. I don't think that's going to be working out for him there. But I would definitely take the 2 firsts and Jacobs and hope Jacobs does something. Trade off my 22 first for something improved, like maybe someone lower, like, I don't know, maybe like Dobbins or someone, Swift. Not high stellar yet. I don't think you'll get a Gibson or a Jonathan Taylor out of it, but maybe 22 first and something else for a Swift or Dobbins. Would you trade a 22 first and Jacobs for, like, if I were to trade you Jacobs and a first for if you had Swift or Dobbins maybe?
I don't know, man. That'd be rough.
Yeah, well, but I know it's not our problem, so.
If I had Jacobs in a first and someone said, "Do you want Dobbins?" I would take that in a heartbeat.
Well, yeah. But you'd have to think about your
on the other
end
end
as well.
On the other end,
right.
my only running back is Travis Henry. He's getting up there in age, so I didn't do myself any favors in that regard.
Travis Henry. You mean
Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry?
Did I say Travis?
Yeah, I think you said Travis Henry.
The hell did I get that name, bro?
I don't know. It beats me.
It's a hybrid of Travis Kelce and Derrick Henry. Travis Henry.
And you don't even.
Good luck stopping that guy.
That'd be dangerous.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, they're actually working him with the receivers this season. Did you hear? On the offseason?
Henry or
Henry, yeah. They said they were working him out as for the receivers. I thought it was very
because
interesting.
he needs to add that to his game. Jesus.
Well, it's going to be dangerous. But you know what's crazy?
Hey, he catches the ball now, guys. Better watch out.
Yeah, that's going to be a train wreck, one or another.
I can't wait to see that highlight where he goes over the middle and the linebacker just dies. And he's just standing there like, what happened?
Tank just said, Mark making up players now for his team. Travis Henry.
That's right.
Tight end halfback.
Coming to a
He's
fantasy
a
league
tight
near
back. Yeah, so I have the Panthers pulled up next. And then we could go for that if you want to do them real quick as well.
Panthers? Yeah.
All right.
Their biggest acquisition
Was your boy
Sam Darnold.
Yes, for sure.
And then they re-signed David Moore, right?
Okay.
Did they already have David Moore?
David Moore?
Yeah.
They re-signed him. I think they just already had him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They re-signed him. They got Dan Arnold, tight end from the Cardinals.
Yes.
They got
which would be interesting.
They re-signed. They franchise tagged Taylor Morton, which is a really good right tackle. They brought in Pat Eflin from the Vikings. Cameron Irving. Man, they really redid their offensive line. Interesting.
Yeah.
Morgan
I saw
Fox,
some of the updates. I didn't.
Oh, they got in Hassan Reddick too. Look at all these ex-Cardinals.
It's crazy. A lot of NFC South goes to NFC West a lot.
Yeah.
It seems that way.
But Denzel Perryman, linebacker.
I think Hassan Reddick will do fine there. He did okay here in Arizona. I think he'll do just fine there. I'm a little worried about that just for IDP purposes. Maybe that shoves Jeremy Chin back to his actual safety role. But then they also got did they also get another linebacker as well in the draft or no?
No. But they did draft a long snapper.
Yeah, Thomas Fletcher.
Yep.
So maybe that's good for their kicker. So definitely some of that. I don't know.
We got a little Chubba Hubbard over here too.
Yeah. By the way, I think Chuba Hubbard's gonna do good. Um, CMC's worrying me a little bit. After he got hurt and then went through all the rehab, and then he got hurt again his first week
Yeah.
back. So it was an upper body injury. It was his shoulder the second time, and the first time was his ankle, which kept him out pretty much all season. So now he's banged up, a little bit, which kind of makes me think he's not as superhuman as everyone thinks he is.
Right? Maybe he's not a Superman after all.
No, he's not a 100% full running back. And I don't think any running back should be. Like, they should not be banging up these guys that bad. Of course they're going to want to play. Of course they're going to do it because, they don't want to hurt their teams and if they're capable of doing it. But in a long-term time period of a running back, it's going to hurt them. This is why you and I are kind of thinking that Derrick Henry's on his potential last year. Aaron Jones potentially on his last year. Cook is potentially on his last year. Like, all these guys have been really stellar for the last couple seasons, but now it's like they're getting towards that one age or their second part of their contract where they might potentially be a little bit banged up. So this is
but if I had to pick one of them though to be like Adrian Peterson-esque, I guess if you will, it'd be Travis Henry. God, I said it's Travis Henry again.
Why are you saying Travis Henry, everybody?
Derrick Henry, I think, could possibly play until his 30s and still play at a high level. God, wait, where am I getting these names from?
I have no idea, bro.
This is terrible.
I have no idea. Oh, my God. I wish I had.
Derrick Henry can play at a high level going into his 30s.
Derrick Henry? I mean, he's big enough. I think he's strong enough.
That's what I said. I think out of these running backs, he has the potential.
Yeah. So yeah, Tank said no way he's playing the whole season. CMC is missing
at least 4 games.
4 games. I see that. But here's what I also see. I see Chuba Hubbard coming in. I hope that they reduce his carries from like going 100 to maybe.
And they don't have Mike Davis
70
anymore either. So.
No, well, Mike Davis is used up. Yeah, and I'm not too happy about that, but we'll get into that because I have a few negative things, a few questionable things, and I don't care. I'm whatever about it right now. So I think that's where we're leaving it last. But yeah, Mike Davis is gone. They got Boone there. Not Boone. Wow. Bonifon, who's there, who they drafted last season. So he might have a hi, I'm a running back in Carolina here because a lot of people don't really know who he is besides us, Dynasty guys. But redraft league, he might make an impact. I don't know if Chuba Hubbard actually starts over him as the RB2. But I really hope that CNC goes down to 70% of the carries, and then 40% the other 2 running backs, just so we can see a little bit more CMC's explosions, fun. He's still like number 1, number 2 running back taken in drafts right now. So I think our draft that we did last night with the Get Right Fantasy guys, he was taken number 1, wasn't he?
Chris McCaffrey, yes.
Yeah. So,
but the last redraft he was not because Patrick Mahomes was. Weirdest thing ever.
Well, okay. So back to that, I did a little bit more in like dynasty trades after that, and it seems like the dynasty trades, a lot of people are kind of just digging into quarterbacks. And I think I said that people are just doing that so they can grab their franchise quarterbacks and then they'll be set for years. Like I myself am very fortunate and lucky enough that I have Dak and Josh Allen on the same crew. And a lot of people kind of just roll their eyes and say, "How'd you get so lucky?" I'm like, well,
rub it in. Rub it in.
Nobody believed in Josh Allen, and I did for 3 straight seasons. But hey, It is what it is. I might even pick up another third one, and I'll never have to worry about QB for many years. Or trade one away. We'll see. But yeah, that's I think when but Patrick Mahomes is climbing up on draft boards for sure. That I have been noticing though for sure. Um, but I'm actually trying to pull up, which is probably too late to do now. Yeah, it's probably too late to do now. Anyways, so let's see. J.C. Horn. I think he's a really good corner. I think that he was kind of reached a little because wasn't Patrick Surtain still on the board at that time?
He was. They ruined my entire top 10 picks.
Yeah, so we predicted
They were
Patrick
supposed to get
Surtain.
Surtain, and then the Cowboys would have traded down, and they would have got J.C. Horn.
Right. So, but then they went with Micah Parsons anyway. So, but J.C. Horn, he's going to Carolina. He's not a bad corner. I mean, I think he's a decent one. I think differently. I think he's actually maybe the fourth best. I actually think Greg Newsome is better than him, but that's just my opinion. We'll see how the season goes. I mean, look at Jeff Okudah from the freaking Lions. I was kind of high on him last season coming in. I picked him up with the last draft pick, and he did absolutely nothing. But then again, it is the Lions, and they kind of blow overall. So, but then you got Terrence Marshall, who a perfect fit. I think he's going to be a good sneaky pick for PPR leagues, only because he's going to be that third guy there. And kind of talked about Chuba Hubbard a little bit. And then they got Brady Christensen at offensive tackle. Got a little bit of defense, more defense towards the back end. And Shi Smith, you and I are familiar with from the Senior Bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually scored a touchdown in the Senior Bowl, and he's pretty good. I think it's not a bad fit for him for being picked at the round 6. I actually like that pick there for them. Definitely give them some depth there after losing Curtis Samuel. Definitely Terrence Marshall definitely take that spot, and then Shi Smith could potentially be 5th or 4th receiver. Well, we don't know. We'll see.
According to CBS, Terrence Marshall was the best pick of the entire NFC North or South.
South. Yeah. You're all over the place.
I'm all over the place today.
I thought you were ready.
Most surprising pick was Peyton Turner.
Yeah, it was like I said earlier, it was really odd and weird. Like,
most surprising pick for their fans too.
I mean, I don't know what was more surprising, that or freaking Raiders getting Leatherfield. Those two picks, and they were right next to each other. I'm not saying they were right next to each other, but like pretty similar towards the 26th, 25th, 27th pick. I know that for sure. But it was just surprising for me to see why they did that. I was like, okay, well,
no, I want to say the Raiders one was like in the teens.
The Raiders ones?
Yeah.
Did they draft up for them though?
No, their draft pick was there. I think they were like 13.
I thought it was towards the end of it. You could be right. I mean,
they took him over the guy that the Vikings got. We were like, huh?
Really?
Yeah.
I totally drew a blank on that. I can't even remember it, to be honest. But let's see here. So, schedule. Let me put it up real here. And I mean, I think they're going to be probably tied for second for sure, or if not, number 1. So that's not it. That's yours, and I got the wrong one. Awesome. Let me put it up. Well, I'm glad Tank's the only one watching. A lot of dead space air today.
I know.
There we
Different.
go. It's all right. So, let's see. So the opener, they have the Jets. That's a win.
Woohoo!
The Saints. That's a
Oh,
win.
the Texans.
The Texans. That's a win. The Cowboys is probably gonna be their biggest challenge. Maybe
Giants.
Yeah.
Falcons.
So Eagles, Vikings,
Ooh,
Giants,
the Washington
Falcons.
Panthers get to take on the Carolina Panthers. How exciting.
What? The
Oh, it's like
Washington Panthers get to take on the Carolina Panthers, is what you said.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have Ron Rivera, Scott Turner,
Oh, okay.
Curtis Samuel.
One of those days. Well, when you said the Washington Panthers, I'm like, what are you saying right now?
When we need a new name, I kept saying we should just call ourselves the Washington Panthers.
I get it.
Our whole front office now is from
because
Carolina
Rivera's
Panthers.
there.
Ron Rivera, our coaching staff.
Yep, you're right.
Like,
and then Rivera said that Gibson could be the next CMC. So
yeah.
But yeah, dude, it like I said, it could potentially be a they can make playoffs as that wild card on the NFC team.
I mean, I'm looking at their schedule, and they could easily win 10 games.
Yeah. The Bucks are probably going to be like their harder ones for sure. The Washington team can be, difficult. Let's see how the Patriots is the biggest question for me. I want to know how they do this season. I really hope, and I'm wishing the best for Cam. I really am. I don't care what anybody says. I hope Cam Newton is the old Cam Newton, that really good Superman player, and just gets to talk a bunch of crap.
Assuming he even starts.
He will. Oh my God.
Could be Mac Jones's team, man.
That statement hurt my head. Which one did we say? Which statement, man? I don't see any Bears.
Yeah, which one? We both.
Is it the Cam one, or is it the fact that that Carolina could go 10 wins?
Oh, 10 wins, maybe.
It's one of those. But regardless of the fact that I think what's going to happen is,
I mean, it's not
the
49ers schedule, but
so that
the Panther teams. No, when I said Washington Panthers versus the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. But it's Rivera. All of his schemes could potentially just change. I mean, but it's a whole new team in there. It's a whole season already gone, so I'm pretty sure he changed up a lot of things by then. But Panthers, man, I think that running backs, they are solid. I think they're really good. Bonifant is Reggie Bonifont's good. We just didn't get to see him last season much. When he did play, he actually did pretty good, but Mike Davis was running the whole thing. And then CMC, Bonifant, and Chuba Hubbard. My bad, not Mike Davis, but Bonifant. So it's going to be a decent backfield back there. And receivers, they're good. QB, say what you want to say about Sam. I think he's going to do just fine there.
I think he's got an offensive line that'll protect him, and he's got some playmakers at receiver. So
yeah, and they got a O lineman in the 3rd round pick, so out of BYU. So and then they went again in 6th round. They got another O lineman out of Alabama. I think that really big, huge kid out of Alabama is who they got. Fell to them in the 6th. Dante Brown. So, or Deontay Brown. So I think they're just fine. I think they'll be fine. Their defense is pretty good. And like I said, I think the Bucks are really going to have their money on the run right there with them. So definitely could see them going as to that wild card team. Because with this new schedule, I think it's changing, isn't it? Two each team from each division gets like a wild card potential spot now, right? Something like that.
I don't think it's each division.
Like the division, they get 2, they get 1 and 1 now, right?
Well,
last season it was like that.
The division winner goes, and then there's only 3 wild cards. So
So I think they could take one of the spots for sure. Looking at this schedule, it's pretty freaking.
Oh
easy,
yeah,
man.
because NFC East obviously didn't have any. Only we went to the playoffs.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be an easy schedule for them. I think they can make it. So anything else you got about the Panthers and how you feel about your potential QB1? Sam Darnold. Wow, Donald. That's God, now you got me messing up, man.
You're making up names.
Jesus, it is definitely one of those days.
It definitely is.
I look forward to see what you guys come up with next. God, you know, for the next 2 weeks, Dynasty Pylon is definitely going to bring a lot of Bears talk. Since Fredo's going to jump on the show, I guarantee you it. It's going to involve these teams talking about a trade to the Bears. I guarantee you it. Gosh. But I love Fredo. He just thinks outside of the box. It's really interesting to see what he thinks and what goes behind his mind there. But he's all Bears, man. He's a hardcore Bears fan. But, all right, so let's take that out.
We got the Falcons.
Yep, the Falcons. I have, with
It's your
all
team.
this craziness, I did not see any dynasty trades whatsoever. I was surprised. I would have thought a Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, thanks. We'll keep it to a minimum, Bears talk. Yeah, we'll see about that, buddy. I got no control next couple of weeks.
But there's still a minimum, which means there will be some.
There will be, yeah. And you know what's funny?
Even though we already did that division,
right? He says minimum, meaning you and Tank will probably won't talk Bears, but Fredo will bring in his Bears talk. You're gonna have to remind him it's not the Bear and Grizzly show.
We'll keep him in check. We're like, hey, we're doing the AFC East.
Yeah, this
Bears don't play in that division.
This isn't the Bear and Grizzly show, so keep that to yourself. Speaking of the Bear and Grizzly show, if you want all college, Jesus, it's one of those days.
It's also Panda and Grizzly show.
I'm so glad this is our lowest viewed show ever.
Oh, you butchered that whole thing.
Keep it. Yes, I did. I'm like ready. I'm ready to leave. So I started packing today. I went out and got my freaking haircut, which I hate. I hate getting these Army military haircuts because they're really short. I'm gone for a while. I'm out there for almost 3 weeks. So I went really short today. I typically don't. So I threw this hat on. I'm not showing it, dude. You saw it before the show, but yeah,
I did.
But it's interesting. I think I'm ready to go now already to get it over with. And then I have a countdown. So the closer I come back, that way I come back and jump on with you. I have another linebacker, office linebacker vacation.
Oh, no.
Yes, I have one specific. So when I get back, this one's actually really funny. It's already queued up. On my save, I'm ready to roll it out. So when I get back, it's perfect. So when I come back, it's not a vacation per se. It's more for training, but sometimes it is a vacation because I actually have fun out there blowing a bunch of stuff up or shooting up things, or I don't know, depending on what they have.
Maybe jumping out of airplanes.
Potentially, you never know what they want me to do, but so. As I was saying, Fredo and Tank. You can see their mugs right there on Thursday. Both those guys are covering for me and joining Mark. Mark, you'll be running it-ish, kind of. But I think Tank will handle all the overlays, to my understanding. So he'll handle all this madness and stuff like that. So, but you'll be doing the introduction and stuff. But anyways, tomorrow they'll be talking about probably basketball, since basketball's in playoffs right now, right? Something like that, right?
Phoenix Suns. Phoenix, yeah.
So, and then Sunday
all the other
morning.
teams changed to Arizona. I thought maybe they did too for a second. I don't know why.
No. So, and then Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday, and then movie reviews. So yeah, just get that in there, sneak it in there since we're talking about Fredo. So, and then last but not least, let's see what Tank just said something real quick. Loki episode. Oh,
So
okay.
good. Oh yeah, they're gonna talk about the first Loki episode.
Yeah. It's already out. Jesus, I am so
Yeah.
behind on Marvel stuff. So Loki is tomorrow. So if you want to check that out, go to the Nerd Huddle podcast YouTube channel to talk about Loki. Probably giving out potential spoilers. I don't know. But yeah. So I have the Falcons draft pick here, ready to roll out. Not actually quite yet, but I do have it here on my.
Well, until you get it ready, I can go over there.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Free agency.
Definitely.
Your favorite, Mike Davis, the running back.
Dude, oh my god.
They traded for tight end.
Stop. All right, Mike Davis. Can the Falcons, any Falcons out there, like, if you're seeing this, I'm probably going to cut it out, and I'm going to say this real quick. Can we stop, for the love of God, picking up these washed up running backs from other teams? Look, man, they had their time. Like Steven Jackson, Mike Turner was the only successful one. And then you got Mike Davis, Todd Gurley with his 65-year-old bum knee. Like, can we just draft a guy already? Look what happened last time we drafted a guy. Freeman did pretty good. So I just don't understand. The Falcons are in denial that they're in rebuild mode. I've accepted that we're in rebuild mode. And I don't care if he was good last season, because he's not going to be good this season. I'm telling you. I don't care how big his thighs are. All right. I had to get that out. I'm sorry to cut you off, Mark, but
no, you're good. You're good.
I
kind of agree with you.
Running back is my second favorite position.
Did they draft Coleman too?
Yeah, they did. They drafted Coleman, and then we didn't use him we used him already too late. Like, they should have. Here's what they should have done years ago. Okay, they should have traded Freeman, gotten a couple of firsts for it, and used Coleman for his prime years. Because I don't care what you say now. Yeah, he's 20.
Oh, because Freeman got hurt, and then that's when Coleman looked good.
Yeah, but Coleman was doing just fine. And then Kyle Shanahan realized, just come over here for a little bit. And then he didn't do nothing there because he was already past his prime. And now he's a Jet. And let them deal with it. So anyways, as you were saying, sir.
But then you traded for tight end Lee Smith. Whoever he is.
Yep. Yes.
Signed Mingo to a 1-year deal, defensive end. Brandon Copeland, 1 year, defensive end. And I had no idea you guys signed Fabian Moreau. He came from Washington. Good corner.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we need all the help we get since we just got rid of all our safeties.
Well, you got Richie Grant, so.
Which I'm hoping.
I think Richie Grant. Hey, if he just stays on the field, he'll be better than Neal.
You and I loved him in the Senior Bowl. Wasn't he he was the guy who caught the interception and ran it back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I like him. I think it's a perfect fit. Honestly, and I'm going to say this now, I think he's this year's Jeremy Chin. So that's a little sneak one for you. So if you want to get him, get him.
Got a grade of it. This says that Kyle Pitts only got a grade of C+. Interesting.
Probably because that wasn't the move they should have made. I agree.
Probably should have traded.
Yeah, definitely. I like Kyle Pitts. Don't get me wrong. He could potentially. Here's what's going to happen now that Julio's gone, right? Kyle Pitts is going to take that role. I think Hayden Hurst still plays as tight end. I think Kyle Pitts is fast enough, big enough, quick enough to be that receiver. Watch out for Russell Gage. He's coming in hot. He was good last season when Julio was gone. Julio's gone now, so Russell Gage is definitely going to be even good enough for redraft. So Tank, our only viewer right now, is getting these hot tips right now because I'm telling you right now, Russell Gage is going to be.
Don't forget about Frank Darby, also from the Senior Bowl.
Frank Darby, ASU kid from here in Arizona. I actually do see his draft grade going up in Dynasty, not so much in redraft. So he could be the new Russell Gage as of Russell Gage of now. Russell Gage will be that new Calvin Ridley. Everyone moves up one spot. Look, Mike Davis was good. I get it. I'm a little scared about it, and only because I see what they do every single year. They bring in a new running back. Every 2 years, it seems like they bring in a new running back who was played on the previous season. They bring him in, and he doesn't do as good as what everyone expects. So he says, I'm taking notes. But
to say I'm like,
yeah, look, Kyle Pitts is going to be Kyle Pitts, and the thing is, I don't think he's going to be successful the first season. I think that the hype and everything on him, everyone's going to be like, okay, we have to guard him. Kyle Ridley, Jesus.
oh, we're just so on par with names today.
Calvin Ridley.
You're mixing your own players up.
I know, dude. I know. I'm glad Tank is having a blast laughing at us right now. I am so glad nobody's watching tonight. It is one of our lowest shows, like our lowest.
This episode might not even get posted.
No. Hey man, we all have bad days. Today's one of them. So again, Kyle Pitts, Calvin Ridley, they're gonna be heavily guarded.
I'm cracking up.
Yeah, which leaves Russell Gage, who everyone discovered last season. But if I remember 2-3 seasons ago, you and I went to that Cardinals game, and I was like, oh, it's Russell Gage, number 83. And you're like, oh, wow, you actually know. No, I'm like, well, of course I know him. He's on my team. And I think that was your first introduction to Russell Gage, was it not? So,
yes.
But he's decent. He's good. I think he's going to be that sneaky cold.
I don't know
beast.
why I'm that shocked that you knew him, though. Like, I'd be looking at players on my team. You'd be like, who's that guy? I'd be like, oh, that's number 89, Cam Sims.
I like Cam
Who
Sims.
doesn't know who Cam Sims is?
Look, Cam Sims is tall, man. Isn't he 6'4"?
6'5", 6'4", yeah.
Dude, I'm surprised. Like, he might be another breakout guy. Look,
big
Tank
boy.
is getting all of these, man. Look, Cam Sims could be that good slot guy. I'm telling you. Curtis Samuel, and then Terry, and then Cam Sims. Oh,
Yeah, but I think the problem with Cam Sims is he's sitting at like 5 or 6 on the depth chart.
which is crazy. I think they should just move him to tight end, to be honest.
That probably wouldn't hurt.
I mean, why not? You got
He's big boy.
Calvin Benjamin coming back to the Giants to play tight end. Why the hell not? So yeah, and then Frank Darby coming in. Like, I don't even have the draft. Do I have the draft picks up? I don't know.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. I'm not even talking about it. Richie Grant, Jalen Mayfield. Okay, not bad. Darren Hall. Okay. When we went defense, I remember I was actually training, asking, had they drafted a running back yet?
Yeah, you got that.
And you were like, no, they didn't. I was out. I remember exactly what I was doing at that moment, and I was just getting more and more upset. I was out there checking up, doing maintenance on our military trucks out there, just kind of make sure everything's good for the weekend. And I was actually texting you, hey man, what's going on? Like, oh, no running back. I'm like, all right, Chuba Hubbard's still left. Chuba Hubbard's still there. I'm okay with that. And then they took Chuba Hubbard. Why? Because, or no, Javonte Williams, they traded back. And then Denver picked him up. I was like, well, there goes our guy. Like,
you were asking me about Michael Carter, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. And then Chuba Hubbard, and then Puka Williams was my last hope. Puka Williams was my last guy. I'm like, if all those guys are gone, Puka Williams has to be there. And no, they went with Frank Darby. I'm like, we don't need another receiver. Whatever, dude. Let's bring another old guy. Mike Davis.
Hey, at least you only have one. Look at Houston.
Well, hold on. They got 4 old guys, all right? They got 4.
That's what I said. At least you only have one.
You know what's crazy is Philip Lindsay is their youngest
I
running
know.
back there. I am just
And he's only 27.
Oh my God! You know what? I think it might be Philip Lindsay's year. It really could be.
I drafted him in our mock draft.
It's definitely another sleeper right there. Add that to your notes. Look, Tank, we're adding Cam Sims. We're adding Frank Darby. We're adding Russell Gage. We're adding
Philip Lindsay.
Look, Tank, your bottom tier draft board right there, man. Because these guys are valuable in dynasty leagues ish. But redraft, if you're on your last picks, those names will probably make a good replacement for injury or bye weeks for sure, in my opinion. But
I don't disagree.
Look, hey, Tank's our number one viewer. He's getting it. And you know what's crazy? On Wednesday nights, just after the waiver period, Tank's going to be here with us. And he's going to be, who do I start on Thursday? Oh, I cannot wait.
When he's winning his league, we'll be like, you're welcome.
You're welcome. We love Tank. He's our producer, man. He's a good guy. He'll be taking over next week. So I look forward to what you guys talk about.
Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it too.
So, dude, you guys are going to be my only entertainment out there, man. I'm going to be stuck in the woods somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm shooting like a 50 cal or something right next to me, just watching you guys. I don't know, dude. It's interesting. I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you guys. Hey, man, you know what? I should jump on my phone live if you guys are doing live and I'm just doing whatever the hell I'm doing at the time. Heck yeah. I'm going to be asking
a bunch of questions.
Dude, hey, look, between me and Mark, we have 33 years of fantasy football experience, and I don't ever fall under fifth place.
One time.
Last year was your outlier.
Technically, though, I finished. What is this? The top 6 people make the playoffs, right?
It was weird. He changed it.
Yeah.
So he.
No, I'm talking about 2 years ago, though. 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago. It was top 8 in that league. Are you talking about RDE?
Yeah, I don't think it was top 8 because
I think it was top 8 because after the 8 we went to the.
Well, I didn't finish 9th. There was like 6 people or 5 people under me still.
I'm not sure. We'll have to look back.
Because if I had won my last week, I would have been in the playoffs. But I lost. And then I lost again. And then I lost
and
again.
And you're not confused that with last year in our Dynasty League, is it?
And I was playing for the – no, I got out of the toilet bowl in the first week. I beat Show Me Your TDs.
Oh, okay.
Because I literally, if I'd won my last game, I would have made it. But I lost to you.
But, I mean, hey, it happens.
But I beat Show Me Your TDs in the first week, so I wasn't in the toilet bowl. I literally made it to the toilet bowl game before I won.
By the way, isn't that just a great name?
Oh, toilet bowl, heck yeah.
Show Me Your TDs. Like, it's literally spelled as Show Me Your TDs. Like, I'll even put it right here. Bam.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was like...
Right, and it's funny that's interesting. It came up as the Nerd Huddle. And Dynasty. Look at that. Damn. But that's exactly what her name was.
Double comment.
And it's a female who was like totally like as totally unexpected. But yeah.
I thought it was awesome. I liked it.
Oh, I loved it. It was definitely a good name. I was like, that is very impressive.
Yeah, that was the worst I think I ever did in the Red Dead League.
Yeah. But
missing the playoffs by 1 game and then finding myself in the toilet bowl game.
And then it's so interesting the way we have our playoffs now. It's the top, which is interesting. I'm not complaining about it either.
Yeah, now it's everybody makes the playoffs. It's
kind of. It's you got to be the top 4 guys, is what it got, because you get that bye week. If you're not in the top 4. So essentially, you want to be the top 4 guys, and you deserve
which we were.
Yeah, and then everyone else kind of has that one first week to fight for who gets the playoffs against the 4. I like doing 6 and 6, 6 top, 6 bottom, and you have your toilet bowl, and then you have your consolation. You're not but your winners bracket. That's what I do. There's other leagues that do 8 that go to the playoffs. And then 2 get bye weeks. I don't know. your rules, your way. We should really do a like. I'm gonna talk to the Get Right Fantasy guys, and I'm gonna see if we can get on that commissioners episode with them.
Right, giving them like.
Oh man,
Advice.
I love doing the settings and all that. Like I have
Yeah,
so
when he
many
brought that
ideas.
up, I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea." Because I'm a commissioner
I've
in my friends and family one, and like sometimes they ask me questions, and I'm like,
Yeah, and I have so many different ideas in here about leagues. Like the one where you only draft one player per week, and you just keep growing your your team as the weeks go on, and depending on your waiver outcome is who gets first pick. So it's almost a draft every week, kind of.
"Meh."
But again, if you also pick your QB first, you'll probably win that first week, but then you start getting the back end of the draft. But it's definitely something I would definitely want to try, maybe with the Nerd Huddle and maybe with the Get Right Fantasy guys. Maybe we could do that. That's if Tank converts to the dark side and joins Sleeper. I think we are this close of getting Tank onto Sleeper. He's asking too many questions about Sleeper.
Right.
I think he's more curious,
Well,
and I
it's
think
10
he's
times better than Yahoo. Like,
yeah,
oh,
just
shit.
come to the dark side. Like, come on, dude, just do it, dude. And as you saw yesterday, redraft is full blown 100% there. So, all right, Mark, keep an eye on the comments real quick. I'm gonna jump over the schedule. So Eagles Falcons, home opener. I think that's going to be a really close.
Oh, he says I really like Sleeper.
Oh, so you got it. Is that?
He goes, Yahoo, ESPN suck. Yes,
Yes.
they do.
Yes.
Yes,
And
they do.
On one of our upcoming episodes, I don't know if you look deeper into the schedule, you and I have regular, standard, boring drafts, but we're gonna bring up those formats. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
I did.
I want to try Dynasty. Dude, you should.
Fredo.
You should. And it has nothing to do with, like, you could do Dynasty on ESPN if you want, but I heard it's not that great. But yeah, Fredo, if you want to do Dynasty, man, if a slot opens, I might give it to you. I
highly recommend it. It's fun.
And there was that idea I had of making the expansion teams of 13 and 14, and the first 3 years are free. I remember talking to you about that.
Mm-hmm.
But then it'd be 14 teams, so kind of give them the first 3 years free, and they would have pretty much first-round draft picks for the next 3 seasons. At that point, the fourth season, they would probably compete.
Tank just said it, and I was actually just thinking that too. I was like, we keep doing all these mock drafts. I was like, why don't we get our whole group together and do one?
We do. Like I said.
I was like, that'd be fun.
So I think at the end of July or something like that, we're going to do all the formats. We're going to do Yahoo. We're going to do ESPN. And we're going to do NFL. I think we can knock out 2 of them in a single episode because it's going to be regular standard. I think we'll probably do 3 of them if they go that quick. I know when we do the mock drafts, they go like 20 minutes each. And we don't purposely go an hour and a half, but we just somehow end up going an hour and a half regardless. I don't know why or how. It just happens. I was planning on going an hour today, and look, we're already at an hour 25. It just happens. So, but yeah, definitely, dude. We should do a Yahoo one, do an ESPN one, do an NFL.com one, and then end it with Sleeper once you guys convert, if you guys convert. I'm not forcing you to do anything, but it's your way. I just suggest doing Sleeper. So anyways, back to the freaking Falcons.
Alfredo said, I'm down for Sleeper. We're converting them all.
Yes. Come to the dark side, man. I know the Morning Spike is doing one. We should do another for Dynasty Pylon. Yes. Holy crap. Remind me when we're doing that one.
Yeah, when are we doing? Because maybe I'll jump in on that one.
If you could wake up early enough, dude.
I can wake up.
I have to look at that schedule. I know it's not during while I'm gone, is it? God, I hope not. That would suck. So yeah, home opener again, Eagles, and then probably lose to the Bucks. Probably close game with the Giants. Lose to the Washington football team, and then I said it right. Look at that. The Jets, That's going to be interesting. The Dolphins, Panthers. Look, man, we're probably going to win 6 games, dude. I'm not gonna go Bills. All right,
Go Bills.
go Bills. All right, like I love Josh Allen. Might as well just kind of convert for this season. I will always be a Falcons fan. That's one for sure. But yeah, it's Josh Allen, baby. It's just my QB right there, bro. But so I mean, we do have maybe a couple wins in here towards the end of the season. I hope we get the Eagles win. I love having the Eagles open, and we usually beat them at the opener. We do it every 2 years, 3 years, it seems like. The Giants, I think we could probably win too. I think we lose against the Bucks and the team. And then
The team.
Yeah, the team. It's
What are we doing that? What are we doing
already.
that Sunday? What are we doing that Sunday?
We're getting hammered and probably drinking. I don't know what we're doing. We'll probably go somewhere. Let's go to Twin Peaks or something like that. Want to go to Twin Peaks? Let's do something
I
like
like their food.
that. I penciled it in for August 1st.
Okay.
August 1st. August 1st. Is obviously it's going to be live, right? So August 1st. Let's see, Sunday, August 1st. Okay, I should be here. I probably should be here. Yeah, and if not, then we'll figure something out. But so yeah, the Jets probably win. Dolphins probably lost. Panthers, the way they're looking, I think they're going to do really good. That's an easy win for the Panthers, not for the Falcons. This one should be interesting. Saints and Falcons, just because they're both in rebuild mode, and I think, like I said earlier, they're both in denial. They're trying to still. I honestly, they should have traded Julio way before this. I think they should have traded Julio at the beginning when they were reconstructing his new contract. I would have been fine with it there because you probably would have been able to get a first-round draft pick at the time. They redid his contract, and the first thing that went through my mind, as a Falcon fan, I said, okay, I don't think Arthur Blank is thinking about the fact that you're going to try and pay Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, and Calvin Ridley, and when the signing of the Hayden Hurst at the time, they were going to try and pay them all off at the same exact time, and they're all first rounders. And then they brought in Laquan Treadwell, who's also a first round draft pick. I'm like,
just look at the Cowboys; they do the same thing.
It's a lot of money.
Zeke, Cooper, Lawrence.
Well, yeah, but it was the thing is like we didn't have the money at the time, and they were just depleting. Like they were living off of paycheck to paycheck. It seemed like. And I'm like, I don't think it's the time. I think they would have just, if they traded him then 2-3 seasons ago, they probably would have been able to get a first, and probably would have been able this year, probably for that first, because I don't think it would have been that year that we've done it. So, but it's already too late. Now they got a second and a fourth. So I think it was a 22 second and a 23 fourth, I believe. Something like that along the lines.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they haven't. It's. I think that, like I said, they're in denial. And Richie Grant for IDB definitely is a must get for sure.
Already on it, drafting him right now.
Well, yeah. You and I are going to be racing for practically the same guys, but
probably.
So again, why? No, I wouldn't be more happier than it would be you, because you and I are almost equal alike when it comes to competitive and fantasy football in our league. So then you got the Cowboys, then you got the Patriots, Jags, win maybe. That one's probably going to be a tie or something. I don't know. I lost. This is how much faith I have in my guys right now. Bucks lost, Panthers lost, 49ers.
You could beat the Jaguars. You could beat them.
Okay, we'll see. And then the Lions.
You could definitely beat the Lions. Merry Christmas. See. We get a win for Christmas.
And then they got the Bills and the Saints, and I will be starting Josh Allen against them. I don't care.
Oh, I would.
But it is. I mean, like, if you rewind 20 minutes, I know we weren't at 4 viewers then, but if you rewind like maybe 20 minutes, I went on a rant about the running back situation. I'm so tired of these used running backs. Like, just draft someone already. Like, just do it, man. Come on, like, stop, just stop. So, anything you have to say about the Falcons? And this is the time now.
Good luck.
All right.
You're gonna need it.
Yeah. I am excited about Richie Grant though. It looks like he's going to be the safety guy there. For IDP purposes, I love him there. I would not mind picking him up in the 4th in my rookie drafts because Richie Grant, potentially maybe even the 3rd, depending on how many draft picks you have. Richie Grant probably will be that new Jeremy Chin of this season. My prediction. I'm not no pro, but I mean, just from what I've seen and what they've done, I think that potentially, I think he's good enough to be that guy. So, yeah,
I
dude.
disagree with that.
Yeah,
I liked him a lot from what I saw from him.
Oh, and then in the Senior Bowl,
yeah,
he did great.
He was all over the place.
So, anything else? Any more names we should screw up for today? What did we have? We made up 3 players today. We made a.
I'm gonna hear about this all week now from my brother-in-law and my sister.
We made. Oh yeah, I don't care. Put it in the comments. Come at me, bro. Come at me. I don't want to hear it off air. You're watching now, or put in the comments when it's there. But what were the 3 made up characters we made today? We made a Calvin Pitts. We made a Travis.
No, it was Kyle Ridley.
Kyle Ridley, that's what it was. And then you made
Travis Henry.
Travis Henry. So, yeah, we were all over making up guys, making up players. We look like idiots right now.
At least you said it on 2 people who are on the same team.
Yeah, you went with Chiefs and Titans. Like what? So clearly it's calling out. Hey, they're family. It's cool, man. And
Travis Henry.
Yep, Travis Henry. Yeah.
It's my guy right there. That you guys draft him in your redrafts.
But
Travis Henry.
Okay. So Travis Henry, would
tight
you
end / running back?
Would you have the legs of Henry and the upper body of Travis, or would you have it the other way?
I want the hands of Travis
Kelsey, right, and the legs of Derrick Henry. Yeah, that would be one unbeatable monster. He would be the new 101. Right. So, anyways, I will see you in 3 weeks, and I will watch you talk about the Bears because I already know it's gonna happen.
Already knows.
Fredo, you're gonna come in here and you're gonna talk about these AFC East and AFC North teams, and you're like, oh, if the Bears can trade for these guys, I'm already gonna laugh about it. So
I'm gonna keep him on a short leash.
Okay.
Remove. Mute.
But yeah, I look forward to seeing the Nerd Huddle kind of take over the Dynasty Pylon for a little bit while you guys entertain me while I'm out in the woods or desert, whatever the hell I'm doing. But yeah, next week, Wednesday, what is it? You guys are doing AFC North, South? Not AFC West or South, so it's got to be either. No,
it's not South.
Something like I think it's South.
I thought we did the NFC of what they were doing in the AFC.
Well, we're doing NFC now, but with you guys or when they come over because I'm gone, they're doing AFC. We're starting this. I know when I get back, you and I are doing the South and we're doing the West. So therefore, you're doing North.
Because we have guests coming on.
Yeah, we have a.
So yeah, it'll be either the East or the North.
Which that week in 3 weeks should be interesting. We got the Broncos and potentially a Raiders fan on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
we know a few Raiders fans, so that should be.
Oh, we have a handful of Raiders fans.
Yeah.
So one of them is actually okay with coming on, I asked him, well, I might have a Broncos fan on. Is that okay?
Steven or Aaron?
I'll let you. It's
Steven.
No.
No?
I
would have thought Steven.
He's hard to reach, man. He's hard.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
He's a hard to reach guy.
Yeah.
But Aaron might come on, and then
that'd be cool.
And who else? Who's our Colorado fan that kind of Brian, right?
Yeah.
So see how they're doing. Maybe they'll come on for sure, Brian. Yeah. So we'll see how he has opinions on that show, and then we'll do Alex, who's a Colts fan. So potentially, yeah. So it was a bit of a long show today, and I did not want it to be long, but it was long. It just happens. We just go on and talk about random stuff. And can the Raider fan explain what's going on over there? No, I don't think he can, and this is why I want to bring him on. I really want to know. Like, I'm going to say that he's probably pissed off about Chucky over there. Chucky has messed up that entire organization. I think it started with the whole Khalil Mack trade. So,
which makes me wonder why, like, all these top tier quarterbacks list the Raiders as a landing spot. Every one of them. What Aaron did, Deshaun Watson did.
I don't know. I think they want to go there and be like the unsung hero kind of thing.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. They just want to be like the guy.
But they already have a quarterback.
Yeah, they do. But a lot of people are down on him. I know. I
don't understand why.
But we'll get to that. So that was a little coverage of NFC West, and we went forever.
That was not the West. That was the South.
Oh, my God. All right. Well,
Martin, we need to get off.
Yes, we do. Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you're at. This is the Dynasty Pylon show. That is Mark. I'm Martin. I will see you in 3 weeks. And Nerd Huddle entertain me as I do my thing out there. So I will see you guys whenever you guys decide the time frame. Hopefully it's still around 6 p.m. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on air, man. Later.
Getting hype when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up into place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. When I watch me elevate.